Ashoka was born to Mauryan king Bindusara and his queen Devi Dharmaya in 304 BC. He was the grandson of the great Chandragupta Maurya, the founder emperor of the Maurya dynasty. Dharma, alternatively known as Subhadrangi, was the daughter of a Brahmin priest from the kingdom of Champa and was assigned relatively low position in the royal household owing to politics therein. Bindusara's chief wife was Charumati. Charumati was the mother of his elder son Sushima. She was from a royal family. On the other hand, Dharma became his lower wife who cared for other proper royal treatment in the palace. Bindusara's wives were jealous of her beauty. So, to degrade her, they trained her as a barber of a royal family. Once, when Emperor Bindusara was pleased with her hairdressing skills, she expressed her desire to be a queen. Initially, Bindusara was apprehensive, thinking that she belongs to a lower caste. But when he came to know that she belongs to the Brahmin caste, he married her. By virtue of his mother's position, Ashoka also received a low position among the princes. He had only one younger sibling, with Ashoka, but several elder half-brothers. Right from his childhood days, Ashoka showed great promise in the field of weaponry skills as well as academics. Ashoka's father Bindusara, impressed with his skill and knowledge, appointed him as the governor of Avanti. Here he met and married Devi, the daughter of a tradesman from Vidisha. Ashoka and Devi had two children, son Mahendra and daughter Sanghamitra. Ashoka quickly grew into an excellent warrior general and an astute statesman. His command on the Mauryan army started growing day by day. Ashoka's elder brothers became jealous of him and they assumed him being favored by King Bindusara as his successor to the throne. King Bindusara's eldest son Sushima convinced his father to send Ashoka far away from the capital city of Pataliputra to Takshashila province. The excuse given was to subdue a revolt by the citizens of Takshashila. However, the moment Ashoka reached the province, the militias welcomed him with open arms and the uprising came to an end without any fight. This particular success of Ashoka made his elder brothers, especially Susima, more insecure. Susima started inciting Bindusara against Ashoka, who was then sent into exile by the emperor. Ashoka went to Kalinga, where he met a fisherwoman named Kaurvaki. He fell in love with her and later made Kaurvaki his second or third wife. Soon, the province of Ujjain started witnessing a violent uprising. Emperor Bindusara called back Ashoka from exile and sent him to Ujjain. The prince was injured in the ensuing battle and was treated by Buddhist monks and nuns. It was in Ujjain that Ashoka first came to know about the life and teachings of Buddha. Sushim, who was the legal heir of the throne, came to kill Ashoka's wife Devi. While saving Devi, Ashoka's mother Devi Dharma got injured and died. From this incident, Ashoka becomes cruel and vengeful. On other side, Bindusara had a minister in his court named Subandhu who wanted to be in Chanakya's place and hate him. At any cost he wanted Chanakya to be thrown away from the court by the king Bindusara. He told Bindusara that Chanakya was responsible for killing Bindusara's mother. Bindusara inquired the nurses who were there at the time of his birth. They confirmed that he cut his mother's belly. Bindusara was enraged with anger. Chanakya heard of news of this. Chanakya, who had grown old, decided to starve himself to death. Bindusara meanwhile heard the complete story of his birth and realized that there was no mistake done by Chanakya. He went to beg for the forgiveness of Chanakya, but Chanakya would not relent. He then went and showed his fury on Subandhu and ordered him to beg Chanakya for forgiveness. Subandhu somehow managed to burn Chanakya and killed him and projected that as a suicide. Shortly after this, Subandhu himself had to retire and become a monk due to Chanakya's curse. In the following year, Bindusara became seriously ill and was literally on his deathbed. Sushima was nominated successor by the king, but his autocratic nature made him unfavorable among the ministers. A group of ministers, led by Radhagupta, called upon Ashoka to assume the crown. Following Bindusara's death in 272 BC, Ashoka attacked Pataliputra, defeated and killed all his brothers, including Sushima. Among all his brothers he only spared his younger brother Vittashoka. His coronation took place 4 years after his ascent to throne. Buddhist literatures describe Ashoka as a cruel, ruthless and bad-tempered ruler. He was named Chanda Ashoka, meaning Ashoka the Terrible, due to his disposition at that time. He was attributed with building Ashoka's Hell, a torture chamber manned by an executioner to punish offenders. After he became the emperor, Ashoka launched brutal assaults to expand his empire, which lasted for around 8 years. Although the Maurya Empire that he inherited was quite sizable, he expanded the borders exponentially. His kingdom stretched from Iran-Afghanistan borders in the west to Burma in the east. He annexed the whole of southern India except Ceylon, modern-day Sri Lanka. The only kingdom outside his grasp was Kalinga, which is the modern-day Orissa. Ashoka launched an assault to conquer Kalinga during 265 BC, and the Battle of Kalinga became a turning point in his life. Ashoka personally led the conquest and secured victory. On his orders, the whole of province was plundered, cities were destroyed and thousands of people were killed. The morning after the victory he went out to survey the states of things and encountered nothing except burnt houses and scattered corpses. Having brought face to face with the consequences of war, for the first time he felt overwhelmed with the brutality of his actions. He saw flashes of the destruction that his conquest had wrought even after returning to Pataliputra. He experienced an utter crisis of faith during this period and sought penance for his past deeds. He vowed never to practice violence again and devoted himself completely to Buddhism. He followed the directives of Brahmin Buddhist gurus Radhaswami and Manjushri and started propagating Buddhist principles throughout his kingdom. Thus Chand Ashoka morphed into Dharma Ashoka or the Pious Ashoka. The administration of Ashoka after his spiritual transformation was focused solely on the well-being of his subjects. The emperor was at the helm of the administration following the established model put forward by Mauryan kings before Ashoka. He was closely assisted in his administrative duties by his younger brother, Vittashoka, and a group of trusted ministers, whom Ashoka consulted before adopting any new administrative policy. The most important members of this advisory council included the Yuvraj, Crown Prince, the Mahamantri, Prime Minister, the Senapati, General, and the Purohita, priest. Ashoka's reign saw introduction of a large number of benevolent policies as compared to his predecessors. He adopted a paternalistic view on administration and proclaimed all men are my children, as evident from the Kalinga edict. He also expressed his indebtedness to his subjects for bestowing with their love and respect, and that he considered it his duty to serve for their greater good.